right, so I'm really excited about this, all right? So are you ready to turn YouTube into your health business growth engine? Are you ready? Awesome. All right, so who here has a podcast? I know JJ asked that earlier. All right, so then you'll like this story. All right, so I have a client. They're like, hey, I got this podcast. I uploaded it to YouTube. I know it's going viral. I'm so excited. I cannot wait, right? So I'm like, I'm sure it's going viral too. So, of course, the next day they're like, it got 7 views. And I was like, and one was their sister, other their cousin, their aunt's best friend. The other 4 was them and their team checking to see if the video had made it up there, right? And I'm like, well, that makes sense. And here's why, right? There's all these expectations when it comes to YouTube. You know, you upload your podcast, obviously it's going viral and clients are gonna come flowing in because clearly this is the most amazing podcast on earth or the most amazing video on earth. You're killing the game. But the reality is that YouTube, and you're wondering why it's not working, right? What happened? I know this was great. I had an awesome guest. We talked about exactly what everyone wants to hear about. It was an hour, exactly how long podcasts are supposed to be. So this is gonna work. But here's the thing. When it comes to YouTube without strategy is like just noise, right? It's pointless. There's no strategy, it's not gonna work. Everyone thinks YouTube is just like plug and play, but it's not. YouTube is a strategy game. It's not randomness, right? So, this is me. Here's why I know, right? Here's how I know that YouTube is a strategy game. So, quick thing, Mama 4, I tell you guys this all the time, so it's all about efficiency, right? So, Mama 4, corporate gal, I spent years in, IBM, Johnson & Johnson, those types of places. And then became a personal trainer for moms. And I grew my business through YouTube. So I got on YouTube and I was like, let me go ahead and use this to scale my business. And it was growing. I started getting, lots of subscribers, or it felt like, at the time you always feel like, oh, this is killing it, right? 2 months, I had 600 subscribers. So boom, doing the thing, right? And within like 4 months, I had like 3,000 and my videos were getting some views. But guess what I wasn't getting? Clients. I wasn't on there to get views. I was on there to get clients. And so finally, eventually, you saw it says years, eventually I cracked the code and figured out what it was that turned my channel into a client engine, right? What my goals were and how to align those. And then of course I launched a company helping folks scale their businesses with YouTube and also sales strategy, because you guys know me and you know how much sales is fun for me and for you, right? So let's get into how we get to crack this code. All right, so it's aligning your YouTube with your goals for your business, right? And so there's 3 types of goals for YouTube. There's monetization, that means ad revenue, affiliates, right? There's authority, that means I'm here to build authority. I want to get on more stages. I want people to know who I am. I want to be the go-to expert in this space. And then there is conversions and sales. So these, and you know what that means, right? More clients, right? So these are the 3 goals. But guess what? Each goal has a different approach, different strategies, different content, different metrics. The goal literally determines everything you do, from your content style to your video length to your CTAs and how you do those CTAs. But you got to keep those things in mind. So let's dive into each goal. The first one is monetization, right? This is revenue through ads, affiliate income, that sort of thing. So what type of content do you need for monetization? This is gonna be trending content. You wanna get a bunch of people to your videos. You wanna do listicles, like here's 5 things that blah, 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 whatever those 5 things are, right? You wanna get people in here, things that people search for. This is what we want here. It's gonna be broad content. It's things that people wanna see, right? So then that's gonna be like the click-through rate. You're gonna have good topics, you're gonna have good thumbnails, all that stuff. That's gonna be important, right? And good titles. Then the other thing here is you wanna get watch time. So people always think, oh, well, I got people to click on the video because I had this crazy, amazing thumbnail, but then they got to the video and they watched 13 seconds. YouTube's not gonna keep promoting that. The video wasn't good, right? So if it wants to be promoted for tons of views, because one of the major metrics for monetization is views, then you're gonna have to get people watching longer on the video, because then the longer people watch, YouTube wants you to stay on the platform. The longer folks watch, the more they'll promote it. Now, one of the side effects, I'll say, of monetization is you gotta have a lot of content. You can't be out here posting once a week and think that you're gonna be like, 5 figures a month, 6 figures a month in monetization for YouTube, right? You're posting usually about four times a week, minimum. I know people who post in 12, and this is long form. This isn't like, a bunch of, shorts, right? This isn't the shorts, right? This is all long form stuff. So, a second one, this is authority, right? You're looking to get on more stages. You're looking to be the go-to expert. You're looking to get more high-ticket clients into your practice. Content, this is gonna be educational content. We're talking Mythbusters. We're talking case studies. Here's the things that my client has gone through. This is where you're gonna go here, right? Because you're gonna be the authority in the space, so people are wanting to come to you. So you also wanna get your subscriber list up, because people know who you are, right? Remember what Victoria and Jess just said, how AI is like literally searching and they're providing information, they're providing like YouTube videos and stuff like that? Well, guess what? If somebody goes to your YouTube video from AI and they see that you have 17 subscribers and you're trying to be the authority, they're like, well, I don't know if this person really knows what they're talking about. And if you go and you're like, Dr. Rob, and you have 2 million subscribers or whatever that number is at this point, right? Then everybody's like, oh, this is the guy. This is the go-to person, right? So that's where you're wanting to look at when it comes to being the authority in the space. Authority equals trust, which equals more doors opening, more speaking engagements, more visibility. All right, so third one, sales, my favorite, all right? This is about getting more leads into your programs, your memberships, your clinics. So this is gonna be more personalized content. It's things like FAQs, you might do some lives, top objections that your ideal client has. You're gonna be doing videos like that. And then also like client wins, things like that, right? They wanna feel like they know you, right? Because they wanna know, you want them to know, like, and trust you so they can be like, yes, I'm getting this, right? Either I'm getting into their funnel, I'm opting into their video or opting into their checklist or whatever. I am signing up for their masterclass, I'm doing the thing, I wanna work with them. So that's the main metric. Conversion here is more important than views. You can get 10,000 views on a video. If 1,000 of them are actually clicking and buying your thing or getting into your, or opting into something, that's a win. Versus someone who got 1 million views and nobody's clicked. I've been that 1 million view person with no one clicking, so I know how that's not fun, right? So, but here's the thing, right? Here's where everyone gets stuck. It comes with metrics. Metrics are really important, but it's like, whoa, what the heck does that thing say? Right, so we gotta look at things like the CTR, that's click-through rate. Did anyone look at how did your title, thumbnail, and topic, how did they perform? Retention, how long are people staying on your video? Are they engaged? If they are, YouTube's gonna promote it more. Traffic source, if authority is your thing, you wanna see how many people actually shared this video so that it brought in new audiences. How am I stepping in as the authority in the space, right? And then the clicks. You go to your CRM, how many people actually clicked on this link from YouTube and actually ended up buying? I need to do more videos like that because this video helped more people click in, right? So I'm gonna get back to that podcast guy, right? So this is one of my clients, someone I was working with on podcasts, right? They had their podcast, been up for a while, and 15 views, right? And then, they did have some that was like 100 views. I just decided to be a jerk here, right? But they had some that was like 150 views. But they were doing a lot of long posts, 60 minutes, 45 minutes, 30 minutes. And so then wondering, why isn't this working? What's happening? Long posts don't necessarily mean growth. Here's the thing, who here is LeBron James? Is LeBron James? No, I don't see LeBron. Okay, so the reason I asked that is because LeBron put out a podcast about 2 years ago with his now coach. I forgot the coach's name. Sue me, I don't remember his name. So he put the Duke guy, the guy from Duke. Anyway, he put out a podcast with that coach. And the podcast, within like the first week, it had like 700,000 views. Each week it's killing it, right? That doesn't happen to regular people. Dr. Susie Jones, that's not you, right? You're not LeBron. So here's what you do. repurpose that content into shorter, more searchable videos. You look at, okay, we did an hour-long podcast. What's worked in this hour? What are some of the really cool things that our client is searching for? Let me put that into a 10-minute video, not a short 10-minute video, and then let me put that out there. Now that people are watching, look, he's got 10,000 views, 40,000 views. Now that people are watching the 10-minute video, they're ready to get involved, right? So remember, bottom line, YouTube it's a game changer, right? But YouTube without strategy is just noise. And so now what it means is you wasted time making content, making videos. It didn't connect. It didn't bring in more clients, and it didn't build authority. So, but YouTube with strategy, now that is powerful, right? YouTube is a very powerful space, but without intention, it just doesn't work. Let's make it work, all right? Have that strategy and be intentional. Thank you, guys.